Hi, I'm Amy Rose White, integrative psychotherapist. Today I'm talking about secrets to trauma healing. Trauma gets a lot of press on Instagram, social media, etc., and that's a wonderful thing. We're finally talking more about it. The idea that we all have what we call small T's and big T's all throughout life is finally being widely understood. Wonderful books have been written about this. A good, at least decade ago, Bessel van der Kolk wrote a book called The Body Keeps the Score. And that's what I'm here to talk today about, not the book, but the basic concept of where healing comes from when we are trying to heal on our own, in therapy, with workshops, with sound healing, with acupuncture, whatever modalities you're using, because I love all those, by wearing sequins, by letting your light shine. Not that I know anything about that. When we talk about deep, lasting trauma healing, what we're really speaking to is the secret: embodiment. Because what are traumatic experiences? They're moments of disconnection from internal experience in the physical body. This is our vehicle. It literally digests, records, experiences, retains, and holds on to everything we've ever seen, heard, or experienced throughout our entire life. And when we have scary experiences, even if to other people they don't look difficult, they don't look traumatic, they don't look scary, if as a young child or really any time in your life, your perception is of danger. And that can include emotional danger, meaning disconnection, abandonment, disapproval, rejection, all that stuff that happens in relating of all kinds throughout our life. Our brain feels and perceives something is very wrong, and our survival is suddenly at risk. So what happens in that case is all the blood from our brain, bringing out my brain again, goes down, centers into the limbic brain, the lizard brain, and to our vital organs: our heart, our lungs, our liver, our intestines. Actually, it's mostly up here. And the vagus nerve that runs from the back of the brainstem all the way down the spine and through the guts suddenly becomes very active and sends extremely heightened messages of get the heck out of here through one of four mechanisms that you probably know about: fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And while I'm not going to really discuss those in detail today, they all basically are removing us from the present situation to survive by putting all of our energy into fighting back, literally physically, getting the hell out of there by fleeing, freezing, meaning disconnecting, disassociating, and kind of no longer experiencing what's actually happening to us, or trying to make sure everyone in the environment is okay, excessively being preoccupied with others' experiences. All of those mean a total disconnection from our physical embodied experience of the right now moment. And for good reason. That kept us alive. Those are all mechanisms that have evolutionarily helped the human species get to this point. So we need to be really grateful and thankful for the part of our limbic system that does all that stuff. It's really cool, actually. However, when we are thinking about healing, feeling less anxious, feeling less on edge, being able to sleep well, not perceiving everything our partner says as an attack, not being overwhelmed by the sounds our kids make when they play, things of that nature. If we want to be able to heal from those symptoms, all trauma treatment is about getting embodied, meaning reconnected to the physical experience of what is happening right now, and finding the likely reality that there's more the presence of safety than danger in this right now moment. So a few really simple embodiment strategies that I have to share for you today are: one, when you notice that I guess the most important thing really is that noticing that you're activated and disconnected. Notice you're disconnected. Notice that you just drove from point A to point B and you don't remember how you got there. Notice that you can't really remember the content of the conversation with your partner. because you were so overwhelmed. Notice when you're starting to, what one of my clients says, get fuzzy. Like the whole room starts to get a little like this. Simply becoming aware of the times when we're overwhelmingly defensive, argumentative, when we suddenly shut down and need to leave, either mentally or physically, when we're excessively start preoccupied on fixing, rescuing, and saving other people. Just simply noticing that is the first stage of reconnecting and becoming embodied and healing that trauma. One of the easiest things to begin to notice once you're aware that that process is happening, and again, it can happen in a variety of ways, is to simply bring your attention back to your breath. The breath doesn't always feel safe for people. It can activate them even more. So if that happens for you, just choose one of the other strategies that I'll mention in a moment. But for most of us, simply noticing the breath, what's happening with the breath. And the key here is to have the attitude of a curious observer, like a scientist, someone that's looking under a microscope at a petri dish. There's no judgment there. Like, what is that cell and that organism doing? Like, I don't know, maybe a scientist somewhere out there is actually saying that, but I highly doubt it. They have more of an objective, supposedly, view of what they're doing. And that's kind of the witness self that we want to invoke when we just notice, oh, something's happening here. I'm being activated. Am I breathing? Am I breathing fast? Am I breathing slow? What is my breath doing right now? With no judgment. That's a very key point. So not like, oh my gosh, I should be doing this better. What's wrong with me? Why am I not breathing? Oh my gosh, I haven't been breathing. Oh my gosh, I'm breathing so fast, I'm gonna have a heart attack. I'm having a panic attack. No. No story. Just, this is interesting. I'm noticing my breath is getting stuck a little here. I'm just breathing to here. Or I was holding my breath and I didn't notice it. Or I'm breathing, but I'm going like this with my face. So curious, non-judgmental noticing of the breath. Then finding an anchor in the physical body if you can. So somewhere that feels neutral. I often have people start with like their left pinky toe. Can you find a place in your body, like your left pinky toe, that feels calm, that feels grounded, that feels secure? Can you breathe into just that space and bring all your awareness into that space? So notice that we're just picking small, specific parts of the body to bring loving, compassionate curiosity to, one by one. Just stay breathing into that anchor, that left pinky toe, or your fingernail on the right hand, or the very, very back of your neck and the hairs that are there. Just focusing in this way begins to calm the whole nervous system down and bring us back into reconnection with the physical body and the present moment. Third, notice any sensation that you can. Like right now, I'm noticing a little scratching from the sequins. I'm noticing that I'm a little hot, like right here in my arms, which is weird. Sorry, I said no judgment. So even I have to work on this. So I could reframe that by saying, that's unusual. I don't usually, that's interesting. I don't usually feel hot at this part of my arm. It must be because I turned my ceiling fan off to make this video, but I'm just going to bring my attention back to the sensation, even though my mind wants to start thinking about why am I sweating right there in my arms and have a judgment about it. So we just, like in meditation, keep bringing our awareness back to sensation without judgment. I'm noticing a little pressure on my head, a little ringing in my ears. I feel my feet on the ground. And then lastly for today, we simply label it. I notice that I'm hot. I notice I feel like I want to run. And notice that I'm not using motion words right now in this exercise. Just, I see this, I feel that, I'm noticing that. I'm curious about that sensation. I didn't realize that that sensation was there. No judgment. So already, just in these simple embodiment exercises, you're beginning to heal in the nervous system by giving your body a new sense of, I can be scared and then I can reconnect. And when I reconnect, I'm more aware of the well-being that is dominant in the right now moment. And the more we practice that, every single time we do it, the brain's neurons that fire together, wire together, every single time we do that, we develop a stronger, more resilient, more embodied, more capable of handling stress, nervous system, and experience of life. I have a billion more trauma healing tips, but I wanted to keep it short for today. Please let me know if this is helpful for you. Tell me what strategies you use to get embodied back in your body if you have a history of trauma, or you notice that you fight, flee, freeze, or fawn. What do you do? What works for you? Please let me know any suggestions you have. And until next time, may you be happy, may you be well, may you be safe, and may you be at peace. Bye for now.